You ever notice how the night sky has a way of making all your troubles shrink? Like, the moment you look up, your brain suddenly stops yelling and just exhales. Well, tonight, I want to take you way beyond that quiet feeling. I want to take you somewhere most people only dream about visiting. So before you get too comfortable, hit that subscribe button, because what you about to hear will make you see the Milky Way in a way you never have before. Alright, let's settle in. This video is a slow, calm journey into 100 facts about the Milky Way galaxy, but in a way that helps you relax, clear your thoughts, and fall asleep without even trying. And trust me, by the time we're done, you'll not only feel peaceful, you'll understand the galaxy you live in like never before. Because here's the thing most people don't know. The Milky Way isn't just a bunch of stars thrown into space. It's alive, moving, breathing, growing, changing every second, kind of like we do. And tonight, you're going to float through it all, like a quiet passenger drifting through a dream. So take a slow breath in and out. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw relax. Let the day fade out like the last bit of sunlight on the horizon. Good. Now let's start at the beginning. Picture this. You're lying on a quiet hill. No noise. No cars. Just the faint sound of the night breeze brushing past your ears. The sky above you is dark, deep, endless, soft. And right across it, like a pale river made of frost, is the Milky Way. Most people think it's just stars, but it's actually an entire galaxy seen from the inside. A city of hundreds of billions of suns, stretching so far that if you tried to cross it at the speed of light, you wouldn't finish in one lifetime, or 10, or 1,000. It would take about 100,000 years. That's the scale we're talking about tonight. But don't worry, you're not in a rush. You're just drifting. Let your mind imagine the galaxy as a giant, glowing whirlpool. A soft spiral spinning in slow motion. Not fast like a hurricane, more like the slow turn of a huge wheel underwater. Inside that whirlpool, stars are born, grow old, explode, fade, drift, collide, and new ones take their place. Kind of like the universe's own version of recycling. And your star, our sun, is just one tiny speck in one tiny arm of this huge cosmic swirl. It's sitting inside something called the Orion Spur. That name sounds fancy, but honestly, it's basically the calm neighborhood of the galaxy. It's not too chaotic, not too crowded, not too empty, just peaceful. If the galaxy were a massive city, the Orion Spur would be one of those quiet suburbs with good weather, nice views, and no wild cosmic drama next door. And that calmness, that stability, it's a big reason life like ours had the chance to exist. Now, let's float a little deeper. As you drift through this quiet part of the galaxy, you notice something strange. Every star around you is moving, not fast enough for the eye to see, but always drifting, slow, steady, patient. The whole galaxy is rotating, but the weird part is everything doesn't move at the same speed. Imagine a giant merry-go-round. The horses near the center spin faster. The ones farther out move slower. Except the Milky Way doesn't follow those rules. It's almost like the galaxy is cheating, because stars in the outer parts move faster than they should. Way faster. And that's one of the biggest clues that something invisible is holding everything together. Dark matter. Yeah, I know, sounds like something from a superhero movie. But it's real. It doesn't glow. It doesn't shine. You can't see it. But it's there, and it has mass. It pulls on things. It keeps the galaxy from flying apart like a badly tied bundle of balloons. So as you drift in the dark, imagine a huge invisible web stretched across the galaxy. Not scary, more like soft threads of gravity you can't see but definitely feel. This invisible skeleton is what gives the Milky Way its shape. It's what keeps stars in orbit. Without it, the galaxy would unravel. Kind of makes you think about life, right? How the things you can't see, love, hope, memories, are sometimes the things holding everything together. Now, as your body relaxes deeper, you drift toward the core of the galaxy, and it starts to glow brighter and brighter. Not like a flashlight in your face, more like a warm golden light around a corner that you can't quite reach. This is the galactic center. It's loud, chaotic, full of energy, and right at the heart of it is something massive, a black hole. But don't worry, this isn't the horror movie version of a black hole. This isn't a space vacuum cleaner sucking up entire worlds every 5 minutes. The one at the center of the Milky Way is calm right now, quiet, sleeping, just like you're trying to do. It's called Sagittarius A star. And even though it's quiet, it's huge. About 4 million times the mass of our sun. Try to imagine that. 4 million suns crushed into a space smaller than our solar system. But the funny thing? Black holes aren't really holes. They're more like extremely heavy objects that bend space itself. Think of a bowling ball pressing into a mattress. That dip is what gravity is. A black hole is just a really, really big bowling ball. And everything else, stars, dust, gas, moves around it the way water swirls around a drain. Except the drain isn't pulling things in aggressively unless they get really close. Now, drifting away from the center, the galaxy becomes calmer again. Stars spread out. Dark space stretches wide. There are giant clouds, nebulae, floating like colorful cotton candy in slow motion. Inside those clouds, new stars are born. They start tiny, shivering balls of gas slowly heating up until one day, boom, another sun ignites. Some stars are young and hot, shining blue. Some are old and tired, glowing red. Some explode in supernovas, massive bursts of energy bright enough to outshine the whole galaxy for a moment. And here's a fun fact that's easy to forget. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the oxygen in your lungs, all of it was made inside stars that exploded billions of years ago. You're literally made of stardust. Walking, breathing, thinking stardust. So when you look up at the night sky and feel that weird familiar comfort, it's not random. It's home. Now, let's bring in a small challenge, something the galaxy faces constantly. The Milky Way is not alone out here. Not by a long shot. All around it float smaller galaxies. Some tiny, some rough-looking, some half-torn apart. And the Milky Way eats them. Not violently, not aggressively. More like a slow, cosmic buffet where small galaxies drift too close, get tugged by gravity, and eventually become part of something bigger. Right now, even as you lie here listening, the Milky Way is pulling in a small galaxy called the Sagittarius Dwarf Galaxy. It's basically being stretched out like soft dough and wrapped into our galaxy's halo. And this is normal. This is how big galaxies grow. But there's a bigger challenge coming. One the Milky Way can't avoid. One that will change everything. But not yet. Not for a long time. Billions of years, actually. Eventually, our galaxy is going to collide with another giant, the Andromeda Galaxy. But don't worry, you're safe. Even if you lived 1 trillion lifetimes, you'd never see it happen. But just knowing that galaxies can collide and merge, it adds a little drama to the universe, doesn't it? For now, though, everything is peaceful, quiet, still. You're drifting again through the calm, wide spiral arms. Stars twinkle far apart. Dust clouds float like soft smoke. And space stretches in every direction like a dark ocean with tiny islands of light. Let your body sink deeper. Let your mind loosen its grip on everything it's been holding. Let the galaxy carry you the way a slow river carries a leaf. You're safe. You're calm. You're drifting inside your cosmic home. And we're only getting started. As you keep drifting through the Milky Way, something interesting happens. You start to notice that space isn't as empty as people think it is. Sure, it looks dark and quiet and endless, but there's always something happening. Little movements, small shifts, stars breathing in their own way. You glide past a quiet region where stars are spaced far apart. Here, the darkness feels softer, almost velvety. It's the kind of darkness that doesn't feel scary, it feels peaceful, like a warm room with the lights out. In the distance, you see a pale glow, like a faint cloud floating alone. It looks gentle, almost fragile, but as you get closer, you realize it's huge, bigger than anything you've ever seen. This is a nebula, not the bright, colorful ones you see in wallpapers. Those are usually enhanced images. In real life, they're softer, more muted, like watercolor painted on black paper. This one is a stellar nursery, basically a baby room for stars. Inside the cloud, tiny pockets of gas collapse under their own weight. Slowly, patiently, and then, after maybe 1 million years, a new star blinks into existence. 1 million years sounds big, but for the universe, it's basically 5 minutes. The universe is slow, almost lazy, but that's what makes it perfect for a sleep story. Nothing here is rushed. Nothing is urgent. You drift deeper into the nebula, and it feels like moving through mist, light, cool, calm. Little sparkles of dust glint faintly, like fireflies in the dark. Somewhere inside this cloud, a star is almost ready to be born. It's trembling, heating, growing heavier with every breath of gravity. And then, very quietly, it ignites. Not with a loud boom, not a dramatic flash, more like the soft click of a lamp turning on in a quiet room. A small, warm light appears in the mist, glowing gently like a candle in the dark. And just like that, the galaxy has one more star. You keep drifting, letting the light fade behind you. Everything feels slow and floaty, like you're stuck in a dream you don't want to wake up from. As you move on, you start noticing clusters of stars, groups that travel together like families. Some are young and bright, all blue and energetic. Others are older, dimmer, glowing deep shades of red and gold. One cluster in particular looks ancient, really ancient. These stars have been around longer than Earth, longer than the sun, longer than almost everything we know. They orbit the galaxy in big loops, like tiny pearls on giant cosmic bracelets. These clusters are clues, little reminders of the Milky Way's past lives. Because the galaxy didn't start out neat and pretty. It grew from chaos, from collisions, from clouds smashing together, from smaller galaxies being swallowed whole over billions of years. You float past these old stars, and you can almost sense their age. There's something comforting about them, like sitting with grandparents who've seen everything but still smile at the small stuff. Eventually, you drift away from the cluster, and the galaxy opens up around you again, wide, peaceful, full of soft starlight. Now imagine this. Every one of those stars might have planets. Millions of planets. Maybe billions. Some cold, some hot, some covered in gas, some rocky like Earth. It makes the universe feel less lonely. Because statistically, somewhere out there, there's probably a planet with oceans, or mountains, or even life, tiny or simple, maybe, but life all the same. And maybe they look up at their night sky and wonder the same thing we do. What's out there? As you drift, you feel yourself sinking deeper into relaxation. Your breathing slows. Your mind clears. Your whole body feels heavy, comfortable, rooted in calm. Everything here moves in slow motion. Everything has time. Everything has patience. After a while, you notice something odd, a faint ripple in the dark, like a wave moving through a still lake. It's subtle, barely noticeable, but it's there. These are gravitational waves, tiny distortions in space itself, kind of like someone tapping the universe with their fingertip. They're caused by big events, like black holes merging far, far away. Even though you can't see them, you feel the soft rhythm of space stretching and relaxing, stretching and relaxing. It's slow, gentle, almost like breathing. And weirdly enough, it matches your breathing. You inhale, the universe stretches. You exhale, the universe relaxes. It all sinks together, as if the entire Milky Way is breathing with you. Your mind drifts with it, soft, loose, free. But now we reach something the galaxy has been dealing with for billions of years: radiation. Not dangerous to you here, but it's part of the cosmic landscape. Cosmic rays zip through space like tiny invisible sparks. Sometimes they hit planets. Sometimes they pass right through stars. Sometimes they help trigger chemical reactions. It's strange to think that something so tiny and fast can shape the universe. But it does, just like little moments shape us. Little conversations, little memories, little turning points. Sometimes it's not the big things that change your life. It's the small ones you barely notice at the time. As you float past the region of cosmic rays, you reach a part of the galaxy filled with long, invisible lines, magnetic fields. They twist and curl like invisible vines, guiding particles and shaping clouds of gas. You can't see them, but you see how things move around them, obeying their pull. The universe has rules, unwritten, quiet rules that everything follows without being told. And honestly, that's kind of nice, because it means the universe is predictable, steady, safe in its own way. You keep drifting, weightless and peaceful, until the galaxy's spiral arms open beneath you again, long, sweeping curves glowing with billions of stars. It feels like being on a high balcony, watching a whole city shine below. A city of light, a city made of time and gravity. You drift above one arm, the Perseus arm, one of the Milky Way's major highways of stars. It stretches out like a glowing ribbon, curving gently in the dark, thousands of light years wide, tens of thousands long. Every dot a sun, every sun possibly a home. And you're just drifting above it, calm and quiet. Your body feels heavier now, sleepier, like the edges of the world are getting soft. like you could drift into sleep without even trying. But the journey isn't over yet. There's still so much in this galaxy to explore. For now, just breathe, slow, steady, easy, and let the galaxy carry you deeper. As you float above the Perseus arm, something about the view feels grounding. Even though you're looking at billions of stars, there's a strange sense of peace. Like you're watching traffic from a high rooftop, everything moving, but quietly, and far enough away that none of it disturbs you. Down below, clouds of dust curl like soft smoke. They look almost alive, stretching into long filaments, twisting gently as if stirred by some invisible hand. These clouds are the leftovers of old stars that died long ago, ashes floating in the galaxy's slow wind. Stars don't go quietly. Some blow apart in huge explosions. Some shrink. Some just fade out like a candle that's run out of wax. And all that material, carbon, oxygen, iron, gets recycled into new stars, new planets, new life. It's strange, but comforting. Nothing in the universe is wasted. Everything becomes something else. You drift a little lower, closer to a dust lane that cuts across the arm. From far away, dust looks dark, like shadows in the galaxy. But up close, you see it isn't black at all. It's full of tiny shimmering grains, crystals of carbon, bits of ice, fragments of ancient molecules. They glitter softly as you pass, catching the faint starlight. It feels like moving through a quiet snowfall. Then you notice something stirring inside the dust cloud, a dim red glow. Not bright, not sharp, more like a deep ember under ashes. These are protostars, stars still forming. They're warm, but wrapped in so much dust they can't shine fully yet. They're like seeds pushing up through soil, waiting for the moment they can burst through and bloom. You float around one, watching it pulse faintly. It's so young, just a baby star learning how to breathe. You can almost imagine the moment, maybe millions of years from now, when it finally ignites and floods this whole region with light. You drift on. As the dust thins, the starlight grows brighter again. You see a stream of stars ahead, thousands of them, lined up like lights along a cosmic highway. They're part of something called a spiral arm density wave. It sounds complicated, but think of it like this. When you're driving in traffic, cars bunch up in certain spots. Not because anything's blocking them, just because of how people speed up and slow down. The spiral arms are kind of like those traffic jams. Stars move in and out of them, but the pattern stays. The galaxy isn't frozen in that pretty spiral shape. It's a pattern made by motion. A wave, a rhythm. As you drift past the glowing traffic of stars, the wave itself feels almost musical. Not literal music, but a slow, soothing rhythm. Everything here has a kind of quiet beat, a slow, steady pulse. You follow that pulse into a region full of bright blue stars. These stars are massive, so huge they burn through their fuel quickly. They shine fiercely, like they're in a hurry. And because they burn so hot, they don't live long. Most of them will explode in supernovas in a few million years. Again, sounds like a lot, but in cosmic time, that's basically later next week. You glide between them carefully. They're warm, humming with energy, and their light feels almost soft on your skin, even though they could burn entire planets to ashes. Funny how something so explosive can still feel calming from far away. Your drifting slows as you move into a quieter stretch of space. The stars become fewer. The darkness grows thicker, and ahead of you is a patch of space so dark, it almost looks like a hole. But it's not a hole. It's just a region with very little gas or dust. A cosmic empty room. Here, the silence feels deeper, heavier, almost like the galaxy is taking a long breath. You float through that silence, letting it wrap around you. It feels cool, soothing, like lying in a quiet room with the lights off, letting your mind settle. After a while, you spot something glowing faintly, way off in the distance. A small galaxy, just a tiny one, drifting closer bit by bit. It's the Canis Major Dwarf Galaxy, one of the closest satellite galaxies to the Milky Way. And believe it or not, our galaxy is slowly pulling it apart. You watch its stars stretch into long streams, being gently tugged in our direction. Not violently, just slowly, patiently. Gravity works like that. It doesn't shout, it whispers. And those whispers guide everything, stars, clusters, gas, even galaxies, into place. You float near one of the stellar streams stretched between the dwarf galaxy and the Milky Way. It looks like a glowing ribbon, scattered with stars being carried from one galaxy to another. Each star inside that stream has its own story, its own planets, its own past, its own future. And they're all drifting, slowly, toward their new home. In and out. And as you exhale, the veil pulses lightly, like it's breathing with you. Orion lowers the ship's speed even more. "No sudden motions," he whispers. "Just let it carry us." It makes you think about how life moves us too. Slow nudges, soft pulls, little things guiding us to new places without realizing it. Eventually, you drift beyond the stellar stream and back into the open darkness again. The galaxy feels enormous from here, like a giant glowing flower spinning in slow motion. You can see the arms curling, the faint halo shining, the bright bulge at the center glowing softly. And even though it's massive, bigger than anything you can imagine, it feels calm, balanced, almost gentle. Like the universe isn't trying to overwhelm you, it's trying to tuck you in. You float on, letting your body relax even deeper. Your breath stays slow, your mind grows quieter, and the galaxy carries you gently, like you're resting on a slow-moving tide. There's still so much to explore: star clusters, giant clouds, rare objects, hidden secrets. But for now, you just drift, peaceful, weightless, unhurried, and the Milky Way glows around you, patiently guiding you to the next chapter of your journey. As you drift through that quiet moment, the ship finally reaches the far edge of the Milky Way, the place few have ever seen, and a soft shimmer begins to appear in the distance. It's faint at first, almost like dust floating in sunlight. But the closer you get, the more the glow grows, stretching across space like a gentle curtain made of light. You lean forward, watching it in silence. "It's called the luminous veil," Orion says softly. "Most travelers never even make it this far. It only appears when the galaxy is calm, when the gravitational fields settle into perfect harmony." You keep staring, feeling the same harmony settling into your chest. The glow isn't bright or overwhelming. It's warm, soft, almost sleepy in its own way. As the ship glides closer, the veil begins to react to your presence. Little strands of pale blue drift upward like slow-moving fireflies. They swirl around the ship, wrapping you in a quiet, cosmic embrace. You let your eyes follow their motion, slow, drifting, floating, and something inside you starts feeling heavier, relaxed, almost weightless. Your breathing naturally slows. The engines fade into silence until the only sound left is the soft hum of the ship's energy field. It feels like the universe itself is tucking you in. You glance at Orion, and he nods toward the window. Watch what happens next. The glow thickens, then slowly parts, revealing a hidden pathway inside, a long, winding tunnel of light. It's like stepping into a dream inside another dream. The ship drifts forward on its own, guided gently by waves of glowing particles. Your eyelids grow heavier. You blink once, slowly, and when they open again, you notice something new. Inside the glowing tunnel are shapes, gentle silhouettes made of starlight. They move calmly, peacefully, almost like guardians watching over the passage. They're not creatures, Orion murmurs before you even ask. They're memories, echoes of old stars, drifting until they fade entirely. You watch them pass, tall shapes, small ones, all moving like slow dancers. Their light flickers softly, like candle flames in a quiet room. And without realizing it, your shoulders relax deeper into your seat. The ship glides farther into the tunnel, deeper, quieter, as if time is starting to stretch out and slow down. The air feels warmer. Your thoughts become softer. Your body feels heavier, but in a good way, like gravity is finally working in your favor, easing you down into pure comfort. You take another slow breath, in and out, and the veil pulses again in time with your breathing. In a moment, Orion says gently, "We'll reach the Chamber of Stillness." It's one of the calmest places in the entire galaxy. Even drifting through it can help a mind settle and rest. You nod, but even your nod feels slower now, sleepy quiet. Ahead, at the end of the glowing tunnel, you see another warm, golden light, steady and calm, calling you forward like a cozy room waiting at the end of a long night. The ship drifts closer and closer, and as you watch the golden light expand, you can feel your body continuing to sink down, deeper, softer, as if the story itself is holding you. The next moment begins to form around you. The ship eases out of the glowing tunnel and into a vast, open space, a calm, golden expanse stretched across the far reaches of the galaxy. You feel the difference instantly. Everything here feels still, not empty, not lonely, just quiet in a way that feels rare, almost sacred. This, Orion whispers, is the chamber of stillness. The golden light isn't coming from a single star. It's coming from everywhere at once, like the entire space is gently glowing. Soft waves of light roll across the area, moving slowly, patiently, like ripples on a warm lake. The ship glides into the center, carried by a breeze you can't see or hear. You feel your chest loosen. Your breathing deepens without effort, and your eyelids grow heavier again, soft, relaxed. Orion lowers his voice even more, almost a whisper. This place calms everything. Thoughts, fears, stress, it all slows down here. You look out the window and watch as tiny golden particles drift around the ship. They're so slow, so peaceful, almost like sleepy embers floating down from a campfire. They drift past the glass, drift past the wings, and drift through the empty air like they're in no hurry at all. Your mind follows them, just drifting, nothing to rush, nothing to chase. The hum of the ship fades into the background until it's nothing more than a soft, comforting vibration beneath your feet. Orion taps a small switch, and the lights inside the ship dim further. A soft warmth fills the cabin. You can close your eyes if you want, he murmurs. Most travelers do when they reach this place. You don't close them entirely, but they lower a little, just enough to feel that slow, sinking comfort spreading across your body. The ship drifts deeper into the chamber, gliding like a feather caught on a gentle breeze. At the far edge of the calm expanse, you notice something glowing, a cluster of floating, golden spheres. They move slowly, orbiting each other like tiny planets. What are those? You whisper. Dream orbs, Orion replies. They hold the final lights of old stars. When a star fades for the last time, its gentlest memories end up here. You watch the orbs drift in slow circles, each one glowing softly, pulsing like a heartbeat. One orb drifts a little closer to your ship. Not too close, just enough for its glow to wash over you. It's warm, warm like a blanket fresh out of the dryer, warm like sunlight slipping across your skin after a long night. Your muscles loosen even more. Your head rests a little heavier. Your thoughts slow to a calm, gentle crawl. Orion notices and smiles quietly. The chamber does that, he says. It pulls all the weight out of your mind, makes you feel light again. The ship drifts past the dream orbs, and you watch them fade behind you, their soft glow stretching out like golden threads in the distance. Ahead, the golden expanse begins to deepen, shifting from warm gold to soft amber, then to a sleepy, muted orange. It feels like the galaxy is guiding you gently toward the next phase of your journey. A deeper calm, a deeper quiet, a deeper rest. Orion adjusts the trajectory, his voice barely above a sigh. Next stop, he says softly, the Valley of Slow Time. Your eyes blink once, slow, heavy, and the ship glides forward into the deepening glow, carrying you gently, effortlessly, toward the next sleepy horizon. The light ahead unfolds slowly, as if it doesn't want to overwhelm you, just quietly ease itself into your view. The pillars of echoed light rise out of the valley like giant, glowing sculptures suspended in space. They re-tall, unbelievably tall, stretching so far upward that they fade into the dust clouds above. But they're not solid. They shimmer, shift, and ripple like curtains made of liquid starlight. Orion slows the ship even more, almost to a complete glide. This is one of the quietest places in the entire galaxy, he murmurs. Even sound behaves differently here. You look closer. The pillars glow with soft golden edges, deep blues in the middle, and faint violet bands drifting across their surfaces, almost like waves of color breathing in and out. But the strange part, the beautiful part, is that every slow movement of the pillars sends a gentle pulse into the valley, like a heartbeat, like the galaxy itself is breathing. Orion leans forward slightly, adjusting a dial on the panel. If you talk here, he says in a near whisper, your voice comes back to you, not as an echo, but as a calmer version of itself. You look at him, curious. He nods. Say something. Anything. Just keep it soft. You breathe in gently and whisper a single word. Maybe hello. Maybe your name. Maybe nothing more than a breath. It doesn't matter what you say. What matters is what happens next. After a second or two, the valley responds. Your whisper returns, softened, stretched, smoothed out, like a warm breeze brushing your ear. That's why people call this place the Echo Garden, Orion says. It gives you your own voice back, but only the peaceful parts. A warm feeling drifts through you, something like comfort mixed with a strange familiarity, as if the galaxy is gently reminding you what you sound like when you're not stressed, not tired, not pulled in 1,000 directions at once. The pillars glow brighter for a moment, sending another soft pulse into the valley, slow, gentle, steady. Your eyelids get heavier. The rhythm of the pulses lines up with your breathing so perfectly it almost feels intentional. In, the pillars brighten. Out, the glow softens. The ship moves through them, weaving between the towering curtains of light. Each pillar shifts a little as you pass, as if acknowledging your presence in its slow, quiet way. Orion speaks again, barely above a whisper. There's a story, he says, that these pillars formed from the brightest stars that ever lived, long before our galaxy was even done forming. He smiles a little. Some people think the light here is the leftover glow of stars that burned so strongly they left an echo behind. The idea doesn't feel far-fetched. These structures don't feel like random formations. They feel intentional, ancient, like old guardians holding their posts in the slow-flowing valley. A soft breeze, or something that feels like a breeze, brushes past your face. Even though you're inside the ship, you sense it. It's warm, comforting, almost like someone placing a blanket over your shoulders. Orion adjusts the controls again. All right, he says softly. We'll drift with the flow for a bit. Let the valley do its thing. The ship doesn't fly now, it simply floats, carried effortlessly through the shimmering corridor of pillars. You sink deeper into the seat. Your head feels just a little lighter. Your arms feel heavier in a pleasant way. Your breathing slows even more without you trying. For a moment, everything around you, the ship, the pillars, the valley, Orion's voice, blends into one soft, steady rhythm. You feel held, supported, safe. The pillars fade slowly behind you as the ship drifts forward into a region where the dust grows thinner, the stars brighter, the valley quieter still. Orion glances at a soft blue indicator on the dashboard. We're about to transition out of the Echo Garden, he says quietly. Next is something even calmer. You let out a long, slow breath, ready for whatever gentle corner of the galaxy comes next. The last traces of the glowing pillars drift behind you, fading into the soft haze like a dream you barely remember but somehow still feel. Ahead of the ship, the colors of the valley shift again, this time into deep, velvety blues. The dust becomes sparse, almost transparent, letting more starlight seep through from every direction. Orion reaches forward and reduces the engine thrust until the ship is gliding with nothing but inertia. This part, he says softly, is called the Stillwater Drift. He pauses, letting the name settle. It's where the valley becomes so calm. Even gravity seems to relax. You look out the window, and the stars around you do something strange. They shimmer, but they don't twinkle. They shine steadily, like they're suspended in water. Soft ripples of light move across the space around the ship. Slow, fluid, barely noticeable. It really does feel like floating on a quiet lake at night. Except the lake is made of starlight, and you're drifting right through the middle of the Milky Way. Orion tilts his head back against the seat cushion. I bring a lot of tired travelers here, he admits. People who need a break. Not from life itself, just from the non-stop pace of everything. The drift has this way of smoothing the mind. For a moment, neither of you speak. You just watch the gentle ripples moving across the stars, spreading outward like slow breaths. Your shoulders loosen. Your face softens. The seat under you feels warmer. Orion continues quietly, voice steady, tone comforting. Most people think of space as cold and empty. But there are pockets like this, places that feel warm. Places where the galaxy is so old, so settled, it barely remembers how to rush. A faint shimmer rises in front of the ship, like a small wave of light rolling through the air. That's the first Stillwater ripple, he whispers. Just let it pass through. The ripple reaches the ship, and suddenly, your entire body feels lighter. Not floating, not weightless, just released. As if something inside your chest unclenched without asking your permission. Orion nods when he sees your shoulders drop. Yeah, Everyone reacts to the first ripple like that, he says. It's like the galaxy letting you exhale. More ripples appear in the distance, slow, gentle, spaced apart, each one drifting lazily across the valley like someone brushed their fingertips across the surface of a cosmic pond. As the ship glides into the next ripple, even your thoughts start to stretch out, as if there's more space between them, more room to breathe, more softness in the silence. Orion lowers his voice even more. There's a thing about the Milky Way most people don't know, he says. It's alive, not like a creature, but alive in how it moves, how it grows, how it changes. We're inside something ancient and enormous, and right now, you're in one of its quietest breaths. Your eyelids get heavier, pulling downward with each soft ripple. The drift hums faintly, a low, soothing tone that feels like it vibrates through your bones in the best way. This area formed billions of years ago, Orion continues. When massive stars exploded and sent waves across the galaxy, some of those waves created pockets like this. Calm zones, rest zones, the universe's version of a quiet room. Another ripple reaches the ship. This one feels warmer, almost like someone gently placing their hand on the back of yours. People think galaxies are chaotic, Orion says. And yeah, sometimes they are. But not here. Not now. Not in this drift. The stars shift slightly, aligning into quiet patterns across the windows. Some form long lines. Others form soft arcs. All of them feel intentional, like constellations only visible inside this peaceful pocket. Look up there, he says, pointing to a diagonal streak of stars. That line is called the Sleeper's Path. Travelers used it for a long time as a guide. You're riding along it right now. The path shines brightly in the blue haze, stretching forward into the soft depths of the valley. Your breathing sinks with the ripples again. Slow in, gentle out. Orion closes his eyes for a moment, just listening to the drift. We'll stay on this path for a while, he murmurs. Let it smooth out your thoughts, settle the last bits of tension. The ship glides into another ripple, and another, each one softer than the last. You feel yourself sinking deeper into the moment, mind quieter, chest lighter, body fully at ease. Ahead, the Sleeper's Path glows a little brighter, guiding you toward the next calm corner of the galaxy. The Sleeper's Path stretches ahead like a long silver ribbon, glowing softly against the deep blue haze of the valley. It doesn't pulse sharply or flicker. It glows the way a warm nightlight does, steady, gentle, comforting. Orion adjusts the course just a little, guiding the ship so it drifts perfectly along the center of the glowing trail. All right, he murmurs, barely above a whisper. This next region, it's one of my favorites. He doesn't say it dramatically. He says it the same way someone would talk about their favorite quiet spot under a tree. Casual, warm, and almost nostalgic. The stars begin to thicken again as you glide deeper into the drift. Not in a crowded way, but in a soft, scattered pattern, like someone sprinkled a handful of tiny diamonds across dark velvet. A faint golden glow begins to appear in the distance. At first, it's so dim you're not sure if it's even there. But as the ship moves closer, the glow spreads, forming a soft halo across the valley. Orion opens his eyes a little wider, though his voice stays calm and slow. You're about to see the lantern fields, he says. Don't worry, they're not bright. They're more like floating candles. He was right. As you drift forward, small spheres of soft golden light appear, hundreds of them, drifting gently through space. They're not stars. They're not planets. They're something else entirely. Each one is about the size of a small house, glowing from within like a lantern made of fog. Their edges are blurry, like they're made of warm mist. They rise and fall in slow, peaceful motions, almost like they're breathing. Orion grins softly, but not in an excited way, more like someone seeing an old friend. These used to be dense star-forming clouds, he explains. But over billions of years, the cores cooled down. What's left are these soft, glowing pockets of dust and gas. They float around the valley like little lights. A lantern drifts close to the ship. Its glow bathes the cabin in faint amber, making everything look warmer, softer, dreamier. They're harmless, Orion adds. They're basically cosmic night lights. The lantern drifts past the window, turning slowly. Inside it, you can see swirls of deeper gold, curling like thin smoke. Another lantern floats by, then another, each one moving gently, never rushing, never colliding. The whole scene feels like a giant, cosmic version of fireflies drifting through a summer night. This is where a lot of travelers finally fall asleep, Orion says quietly. I've seen the toughest pilots melt into calm the moment these lights surround them. You don't blame them. The lanterns feel like warmth made visible, like comfort floating freely through the galaxy. You sink deeper into your seat, the glow wrapping around you like a soft blanket. Your eyes follow a lantern that drifts close to the ship's nose, slowly spinning as it passes. Its light catches the dust around it, creating tiny sparkles in the air. Orion lowers the ship's engines even more until you're drifting at almost no speed. There's no rush in the lantern fields, he says. They'll let us pass when they feel like it. You watch the lanterns float gently across your path, parting slowly like they're making space for you. The ship glides forward, moving through the warm glow. Your breathing slows again, syncing with the rhythm of the drifting lights. Each golden sphere seems to pulse softly, glow dim, glow dim. It's hypnotic in the best way, like watching the tide roll in and out. Orion speaks again, his voice even calmer than before. There's a rumor, he says, that these lanterns hold the last whispers of ancient stars. Stars that lived their lives, lit up entire regions, and then faded away, leaving their glow behind. He shrugs gently. No one knows if it's true, but it feels true, doesn't it? You watch the lanterns drifting around you. Their warm glow makes the valley feel alive, gentle, protective. The ship glides deeper through the field. Some lanterns float high above you like tiny suns. Others drift below like glowing balloons. Some spin slowly. Some barely move at all. All of them glow with the same soft pulse, steady and calming. You feel your eyelids pulling downward again. Orion notices and lowers his voice even more. Just relax, he says. Let the fields hold you. Let your mind soften a little. We've got a long, gentle ride ahead. The lanterns drift around the ship in a loose circle, their glow blending together into a warm haze. It's like floating inside a cozy room with the lights dimmed just right. The valley grows quieter still. Your body grows heavier in the seat, and the sleeper's path continues forward, straight into deeper, softer darkness waiting ahead. The lanterns thin out behind you, their warm glow fading like the last lights of a peaceful village at night. Ahead, the galaxy opens into darker shades again, deep blues blending into velvety black, sprinkled with soft patches of silver dust. Orion adjusts a tiny lever, barely moving it. All right, he murmurs. We're drifting into the quiet expanse now, one of the most peaceful places in the whole Milky Way. You can hear the change before you see it. The hum of the ship settles into a softer, lower tone, almost like someone turning down a radio to the lowest setting. The cabin air feels still, not stagnant, just perfectly calm. Outside the window, the stars look different too. They're dimmer, but clearer. Not blurry, not distorted. Just pure, clean points of light scattered across a smooth, dark canvas. It's empty here, Orion says. Not in a sad way, just spacious, quiet. Like the galaxy left this region untouched, so beings like us could rest. Your body loosens even more. It feels like gravity has increased by the tiniest amount, not enough to weigh you down, only enough to make you feel held. The ship glides forward with almost no vibration, no shaking, no drifting lanterns, no cosmic ripples, just silence. Gentle, warm, safe silence. Most people think silence means nothing is happening, but here, it feels like the universe is paying attention, listening, not speaking. Orion speaks quietly, almost whispering. Do you see that? He points toward a distant patch of faint silver fog. It's thin, delicate, like breath on cold glass. That's part of an ancient tidal stream, he explains softly. Remains of a small galaxy the Milky Way absorbed billions of years ago. The stars there are some of the oldest anywhere around. You stare at it, the slow, soft curve of silver dust stretching like a long ribbon across deep space. It's beautiful, Orion says. Most people never get to see something this old up close. It's like looking at the handwriting of time. The ribbon of dust curves toward you, and the ship glides right beneath it. For a moment, the silver fog hangs overhead like a quiet, celestial archway. Particles drift lazily past the window, each one glowing faintly, like tiny flecks of moonlight. This region feels sacred, still, untouched. Your heartbeat falls into a slow, peaceful rhythm. Orion speaks again, almost as if he's afraid to disturb the quiet. You know, science tells us galaxies are violent. Explosions, collisions, chaos everywhere. And that's true. He pauses, watching the silver dust drift. But they forget to mention the quiet parts. The soft parts. The places like this, where the galaxy just wants to rest for a while. Another slow breath leaves your body. Your muscles sink deeper into the seat. Even your thoughts feel like they're whispering now. The quiet expanse darkens slightly as the ship glides deeper. The stars spread out more. The silence grows warmer. A long moment passes without Orion speaking. It feels natural, like silence is exactly what this place is meant for. Eventually, he speaks again, voice slow, drifting. We're heading towards something called the Starfall Veil, he says. It's gentle, soft, like watching snow drift in the dark, but made of starlight. Your eyelids grow heavier. The ship begins to glide through a faint haze, something so light and delicate you almost miss it. Then you see it. Tiny specks of silver light fall across the windows. Slow, steady, like glowing snowflakes drifting downward in a place with no gravity. Starfall. Each speck drifts at its own pace, some slow, some slower. Each one glitters softly before fading into the dark. The veil surrounds the ship completely. You're floating through a silent shower of starlight. Orion lowers his voice to the softest you've heard it. This is debris from dying stars, he whispers. The last dust they released into the galaxy. It'll form new stars one day, new planets, maybe even new life. A gentle warmth moves through your chest at that thought. The idea that everything, even endings, can become beginnings. The starlight drifts across the windows like tiny wishes. So slow, so calming, so quiet. You feel your head tilt slightly to the side. Your shoulders soften. Your breathing becomes deep and steady. Orion speaks one last time before allowing the silence to return. Just relax, he says softly. Let the veil fall around you. Let your thoughts drift with it. There's no hurry in this part of the galaxy. Just rest. The ship continues gliding through the soft, falling starlight. Each glowing speck drifting down like a gentle lullaby as the quiet expanse carries you deeper into peace.